And secondly, you're telling me something we're not seeing in the news, and that's why I'm glad you're here. You think a lot of people don't want to go back and be in the eye of a hurricane. They might want to take it out and not rebuild. And if I could ask you, you went to Sayreville in New Jersey with Governor Christie. You give me a stat of how much it cost last year after Hurricane Irene from FEMA and how much it might cost just in that one area.
Yeah, you know, Dom, first I just got to put one plug in. I want to thank the first responders for the outstanding job they've done. We have a great deal of thanks to, and we're indebted to them for all the hard work. But Sayreville, where I toured with Governor Christie, they spent $62 million last year putting people back in their homes. The people came to us this year and said, please, please don't let them rebuild our homes. Take our homes, let us move. And for me, I'm looking at it, I'm thinking $300,000 for this home, $250,000. And in my head, I'm adding up the math, and it's a no-brainer because these 100-year storms are coming more frequently. In fact, we've had just 2 in 2 years. Right. And the people don't, it's not fair to hold people into these properties that probably shouldn't have been built in the first place because they're so close to waterways. You know, the rivers are beautiful to look at, but they're dangerous to be so close to. So rather than throw good money after bad, we really have to look at a policy of letting people relocate, leveling their homes, and really letting nature take back what it belongs.
We're both in agreement on that. Governor Christie and you have been very bipartisan. We're bipartisan during this, and you've been at loggerheads. And Saturday Night Live, I mean, if you're in New Jersey at all, to see that signer and to see the Christie type of character and the outfit, I got to tell you, I don't have him on. He doesn't come on too. He comes on with me on the radio. First question I have to ask, where do you get a fleece that you get your name on here? And why do you put your name on here like this? What's that about with the governor?
Well, I don't know, but I think everyone knows who Chris Christie is, and I don't think he needs a billboard on his chest to tell everybody that he's the governor of the state of New Jersey. You know, Chris wears it all the time. The governor wears it everywhere he goes right now. I guess it's his good luck charm. But, you know, it might be time to take that one off and put something else on.
Now, you liked, I would assume, and I'll tell you, we are last night in Bucks County there with Mitt Romney when he graciously said, and thanks to Governor Christie, and we're rolling stuff tonight on my show, asking people to donate to the Red Cross to be involved with that. There were pretty, not scattered, but widespread boos. And I agree with that. I think that Governor Christie, as much as I like him, went overboard in the praise of the president. It was too effusive. How did you see it?
Listen, he's doing his job as governor. I understand the emotions of an election, but a hurricane is not about an election. A hurricane's about people. You know, Dom, and again, I understand how people feel about the election itself, but he had a job to do as governor, just like when he called me up and said, Steve, will you come tour with me, Sayreville? I'm not putting politics in front of that. There's too many people that are concerned and struggling. And, you know, people should leave the politics out of catastrophes like this. I mean, he was right. Romney shouldn't have toured New Jersey. For what? He's not the president.
Don't say it that way, though. When it's your president, if you had said that, come on now, what would President Obama or some other Democratic candidate say?
Dom, honestly, I've praised Christie publicly as the Democrat Senate president. You praise someone when they're doing their job well. You criticize when they're not. And this was something where people were put first. You know what I mean? I actually believe the governor when he said, look, I don't care about the elections right now. I care about my public. I care about the people of this state. And you know something? And we're working together to try to make things work out better for our people. We got to rebuild, and we got to rebuild smarter.
All right, I want to play a clip for you. As we promised, big issues, big guests. We both agree that Marco Rubio, rising star in the Republican Party, he was with me and 600 of our friends. Want to get your reaction to what he said. This was in Trevose a couple weeks ago because it plays right into tomorrow's election. Here's Marco Rubio with me from the Dom Giordano program.
But the core of his message was that we have two very different views of government. We have a president that believes that our economy is a certain size, and that's what it is, and the job of government is to divide that among ourselves through tax policy and spending policies. And Mitt Romney, who believes the economy could always grow bigger. And if it grows bigger, we don't have to parcel it out. There'll be enough for everyone. Everyone can do better. You don't have to, in essence, some people don't have to be worse off, and for other people to have to be better off. You don't have to take from people that have made it in order to help other people make it as well.
All right, reaction to that. I think that's the core of, to me, what this election's about. Big government versus much smaller government is what we're seeing.
Well, I see Marco Rubio as honestly a rising star in the Republican Party. Obviously, he's a very bright young man that's a U.S. Senator, so, I mean, at a very young age. So he's got a great future. I mean, that's his philosophy. I'm all for small government too, but I also believe that government has a role in people's lives, especially in times like what we're dealing with a hurricane. Look, big government, I'm not a big believer in. I think you know that. I've always believed in smaller government.
Yeah, that's why I wonder why you're in the Democratic Party. I can't figure that out.
Because you can
That's the biggest compliment I can give you.
Thank you. But you can do both. And you can provide quality services and shrink government. I really do believe that. He's just a bright young rising star in their party, and anybody that doesn't recognize that is blind.
All right, coming up more with Senator Sweeney, who's kind enough to be with us in studio tonight here on the first edition of Dom Time. And we're going to be joined by Jim Lee. He's the head of a big polling firm in Pennsylvania. He had the temerity to say Pennsylvania is in play when we start the election cycle, 12 hours from now. We'll talk with both next here on Dom Time.